All right, let's just say it. It has been a long time. 4 years, you guys. In the world of TV, that's basically a lifetime. But finally, the wait is almost over. So today, we're going to dive into everything, and I mean everything, we know about the return of the show that everyone has been talking about, arguing about, and just obsessing over. Euphoria.
I mean, it's the question, right? The one that's been bouncing around in all of our heads since season 2 ended. After all this silence, what in the world happened to the kids of East Highland? What became of Rue and Jules and Nate and everybody else? Well, let me tell you, the answer is way more complicated and honestly, more chaotic than I think any of us could have ever guessed.
Okay, so before we can even get into what's coming, we've really got to talk about how we got here. Because the journey to season 3 has been, well, it's been a ride. The story behind the camera is almost as wild as the one we see on screen, for real.
So check this out. The road to season 3 was bumpy, to say the least. It all kicks off in late 2023, right? Sam Levinson, the creator, he pitches his first idea to HBO. But then the Hollywood strikes happen. And after that, Zendaya, and you gotta remember, she's not just the star, she's an executive producer. She comes back with a totally different idea for where Rue should go. So Levinson rewrites the scripts, but word on the street is HBO just wasn't feeling the new tone. And that's what led to that announcement in early 2024 that I think made everyone's heart stop. Production is officially delayed. They had to go back to the drawing board for the entire season.
And this right here, this was the heart of the problem. You had two completely opposite visions for Rue's future fighting it out. So on one hand, you have Levinson's pitch. Reports say he wanted to kind of push Rue to the side, make her a private detective in this whole film noir thing. Okay. And then on the other hand, you have Zendaya's idea. A sober Rue in her 20s who becomes a pregnancy surrogate. I mean, can you get any more different? These are two totally different shows, basically, and it's all about the main character. And then, as if all that creative drama wasn't enough, the whole production was hit with just devastating, real-life tragedy. I mean, the absolutely heartbreaking loss of Angus Cloud, who we all loved as Fez. That just changed everything. Any storylines they had planned for him, they had to be thrown out completely. And on top of that, the show also lost its producer, Kevin Turin. So you just have to imagine it added this whole other layer of grief and difficulty to what was already a really tough situation. So you're probably wondering, how in the world do you fix all of this? How do you move forward? Well, out of all that chaos, all the rewrites, all the heartache, the creative team came up with one single, massive, game-changing decision that basically reboots the whole series.
5. That's it. That's the magic number. The solution is a 5-year time jump. We are completely skipping ahead, launching these characters straight out of East Highland High and dropping them right into the chaos of their early 20s. So, yeah, no more high school drama. This is a whole new ballgame.
And it actually makes a lot of sense when you hear Zendaya talk about it. She basically said, look, there's only so much high school drama you can do before it gets old. The characters needed to grow up. And let's be real, so do the actors. I mean, they're global superstars now. So this time jump, it lets the story finally grow up with them.
All right, you ready for this? Because this is where things get juicy. This is the good stuff. A 5-year time jump means some absolutely wild new lives for our characters. So, I gotta give you the official spoiler warning. If you want to go in fresh, now is your chance to hit pause. For everyone else, let's get into it.
Okay, first up, Rue. And if you were hoping she found a simple, sober life, well, think again. Sam Levinson himself has said that when we see Rue again, she's living in Mexico. Yeah, and it gets worse. Remember Lori, the terrifying drug dealer from season 2? Well, Rue is still deep in debt to her. And apparently she's having to find some, let's just say, very innovative ways to pay her back. Yikes.
And just when you think you've processed that, Sam Levinson drops this absolute atom bomb of a spoiler. You ready? Cassie and Nate, not only are they still a thing, they get married. Yep, he confirmed it. He literally said, Cassie and Nate do in fact get married. And he promises their wedding will be an unforgettable night. Just wow. Let that one sink in.
So, what about the rest of the crew? Okay, let's run through it. Jules is in art school, and she's struggling with a ton of anxiety about her future. Maddie, she's out in Hollywood, trying to make it work at a talent agency. Lexi is also in the entertainment world, working as an assistant to a showrunner. And Cassie, well, she's a suburban housewife who is apparently totally addicted to social media and jealous of everyone else. Oh yeah, the drama is definitely not over.
Okay, so a huge time jump and a long break in production. You know what that means. Yep, some big changes to the cast.
We're gonna have to say goodbye to some familiar faces, but we're also getting some seriously huge new names joining the show.
So let's rip the Band-Aid off. We won't be seeing Barbie Ferrera's Kat or Storm Reed's Gia this season. And of course, the absence of Angus Cloud as Fez is gonna be felt by everyone. But look who's coming in. We're talking some serious talent. Natasha Lyon, director Eli Roth, and the one and only Sharon Stone. We don't know who they're playing yet, but wow, that's some heavy-hitting casting.
So, with all these changes, what's the new season even gonna feel like? Well, Sam Levinson has given us a big clue. He's calling it a film noir. You know, think stylish, dark crime dramas with a really cynical, morally gray vibe. He said it's all about Rue exploring what it means to be an individual with principles in a corrupt world. So, bottom line, expect things to get way grittier, more mature, and probably a whole lot darker.
Okay, so we've been through the delays, the behind-the-scenes drama, the shocking spoilers, but there's still one massive question left. The one thing everyone really wants to know. When can we actually watch this?
All right, get your phones out, open up your calendars. It is official. HBO has confirmed it. Euphoria Season 3 will premiere on April 12, 2026. It's happening. The countdown is officially on.
And that really just leaves us with one last big question hanging in the air, doesn't it? 5 years later, after all this time, have the kids of East Highland actually found some kind of redemption, or did they just trade in all that high school chaos for a brand new, even more destructive kind of ruin? I guess we'll all find out come 2026.